There goes a big win for you now. You got tested early. It didn't come early, man. It looked like you were in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Talk about that first round and kind of what was going on.
I think, over the years, just growing and paying attention to my training more, we don't want to start too fast, and I think maybe that's a little too slow. We kind of knew what he did. He stayed busy from the outside with his hand, was able to explode in, but he was a little bit quicker with the head kick than I thought.
I'm interested. Was it really, as long as you've been in the game, was it really just a conversation with Dominic Cruz that convinced you to go change your training approach?
Yeah, it's funny because Dominique's kind of like a condescending, naturally smart ass, so for him to say, he looked at me I don't know, maybe 2 years ago and was like, we were talking about training at home and all this other stuff, and he was like, what about your previous fight? And we was talking about that and training at home, and he was like, well, who's your coach? And I was like, well, he is. He trains my striking. I got a person train my wrestling. He was like, well, who's your head coach? I was like, he was like, exactly, who's your head coach? So I kind of, I took a couple losses in very tough fights that, I felt I didn't have the right preparation, and I kind of took it to heart. I was like, maybe it's time to get a coach, a head coach.
So what did a win tonight mean to you? It's kind of like they put you against the up-and-coming guy, right? Did you have a little chip on your shoulder, I see what they're trying to do here?
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not an over-emotional guy. Like me and a couple of guys, before the fight, we got into a lot of words. We were up each other's face, and when I went to him at the face-off, the weigh-ins, whatever, I said to him, I said, you called me out, here we go. And he was like, mother, it's my time now. I'm like, whoa, buddy, whoa. I'm not trying to start a crazy war. I'm just letting you know, hey, you called me out. Show up, So I just wanted to let him know, he called me out. I took notice to it, so I definitely was going to match his intensity.
You made your UFC debut December 2012, and you're still here competing at a high level. Not a lot of fighters have the longevity you had in your career. What do you credit that to? Is it just self-belief or just proper training? What do you look at to still be able to compete at a high level?
Just, a lot of hard work, It's been a lot of times I came out here and I didn't look really great. I made poor decisions out here, and I had people second-guessing me. I was second-guessing myself. But I like to tell everybody, I never had a chance to grow up in this sport. I was so good early. I got signed to Strikeforce when I was 6-0. So I was 3 fights, and I fought Jacare in my 10th fight, and I've been fighting for a year and a half. And this guy's fighting for 12 years, former world champion. So I never really got time to grow up. So right now, I'm older, but I still have my speed, my quickness, and I'm actually, finally growing up a little bit.
And you were the betting underdog in this fight. I don't know if you knew that, but you had a lot more experience than Ian, and even the losses you had were against top guys. Do you feel like, in general, people overlooked you in this fight?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a little chip on my shoulder. I don't do a lot of media and during the week, so if people send me messages, I don't read them. I'll kind of post, I'll look, and I'll just get off, So I really don't read into what people are saying. I don't read comments. I don't go to posts. I glimpse one, and somebody's like, Ian is going to whoop you, So I don't pay that stuff a lot of attention, but I definitely had the chip on my shoulder when I saw the odds, kind of 2-1. I was like, okay, I don't appreciate this. I really got to go and show who I am and what I have.
What do you feel like a win over Ian is putting you in the division? Because he had a nice winning streak heading into this fight.
Yeah, he was a top up-and-coming guy. I feel he can beat a lot of guys in the division. He already came in and called out some big guys and beat some big guys, So I feel it puts me right there, looking for a big fight right after this one. And
what would a big fight look like for you? You fought a lot of the guys in the division already.
Yeah, they got a lot of fights going on. They got Yoel and Costa going on. They have Candonier and Hermanson going on. So there's a lot of fights, or we can just take another fight, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there and reach my goals, before I'm satisfied with the sport.
Eric, you have proven that you're still at the top of this. You took on 2 guys that gave their highness or ranked lower than you. Do you need a top 10 guy next? Do you take anything else than that?
Yeah, I'll take anybody, and always, we want to look for those big fights. We want to look to elevate ourselves. And funny enough, this was kind of my contract fight. So that's going to be a part of the discussion, what are we going to do next, I'm game for whatever. I'm down for whatever. I fought everybody in this division, and I'm still willing to do so, I still want to get that title fight. I was there twice. A lot of people might not know him, but I was pretty much guaranteed a title shot with a win twice, and I just didn't get the job done. I wasn't articulate enough in that fight. I made too many errors, so I want to definitely right those wrongs.
You mentioned how you were just about there twice before. Sitting here now, does it feel any different than the last 2 times that you're equal towards the title shot?
Yeah, I feel I still have the speed, I still have the willpower, I still have the strength and quickness. It's just all about applying myself. I can even get better, you know. I haven't peaked yet. I still feel I'm operating on about 70%. I still have a long ways to go up. So it's just now I'm going to take this time to really focus on my martial arts, focus on my striking, my jiu-jitsu. So when that next top fight comes, we'll be ready and capitalize on that moment.
Talk a lot about training, physical strength, and everything. Like you said, you kind of got a little too into the second knockouts and that kind of played into fighting. So how much are you going to be working on the mental game?
Oh yeah, the mental game is strong, you know. It's weird because these last two fights I felt blank. I was trying to feel like a little jittery, a little nervous, but I felt nothing. So I was like, man, this is weird. You know, I'm never nervous, but you know, you always like, okay, it's go time. But I'm like completely like blank, you know. So I think I'm doing everything I need to do to prepare. So I'm just kind of ready for the moments.